Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a market recap, trade review, all that good stuff. So definitely like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment if you like the video. So let's just get right into it. So these are the three evals that I'm copy trading currently. I'll just refresh the page for you guys to see. Perfect. So these are the three accounts that I'm currently trading. We have won our first trade of the account with a profit of $310. Reminder, we are using only one micro at a time, so it's going to be a bit of a slower journey. But I figure there's no need to rush since we're literally trading. These have no time limits. Lucid accounts don't have a time limit, so why not just kind of jump right into it slow as we possibly can, pretty much. So I am copy trading these. I'll kind of also giving you guys like a semi review of both Lucid and the copy trader that I use. So far, both are working great. As you can see, there's only like a 50-cent difference between all three of them. So pretty smooth, pretty quick so far. But again, it is the first day. Take it with a grain of salt. Once I pass these accounts, start trading the fundeds, I'll give you guys like the official rating of everything so far. But yes, today was a winning day. And if we go to the news for this week, there was no news today. So definitely a slower day. And there is some stuff going out tomorrow. We have Fed Chairman Warsh, the nominee guy. He's coming in soon, and some retail sales data as well. But that is for that stuff. Let's just hop right into the charts now. All right, so here are the charts. For today, I was bullish. Why? Because, like I've said, guys, at all-time highs, here, I'll actually chart on just the main continuous chart. When we are at all-time highs like we are currently now, you just pretty much go long until longs don't work anymore. It doesn't mean that not every day is going to have like no down close candles, obviously, but for the most part, you just want to keep going long until it doesn't work anymore. And that's kind of the philosophy that I have going into this week, and it's where I took my trade today, which was a long trade. So let's kind of zoom in here a little bit and break it down. So, like I said, I was in long today, but obviously you can't just go long out of nowhere. I was looking to see some sort of retracement lower. So going into the day, we had this really nice set of accumulation going into before market opened. We had three of these lows, relative equal lows. Oh my gosh, just keep messing up here. And so going into market open, I was definitely seeing lower prices. Now, the move we had in the market open was definitely a bit stronger than I anticipated. Like, we had a pretty solid down close candle. If you go on the 1 minute, or the 5 minute actually, you can see it was pretty much just straight down from 9:30 open. But I wanted to see us make a sort of AMD setup, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. And the way that that setup usually works is it'll look like this for longs. You'll have the accumulation, you have the move lower, and then you'll have the true distribution of the day. Now, usually you want this to enter into some sort of higher time frame fair value gap, and when we're super bullish like this, it usually doesn't have to go very far. So on the 4 hour, we did have, or was it the 1 hour I liked? The 1 hour, we did have this fair value gap that I was keeping an eye on, but I wanted to be just kind of a little bit more precise. So I was kind of like thinking like, okay, like how can we get more and more precise? And so I decided, okay, I've heard about people using wicks as fair value gap, so let me check that out. And on the micro specifically, this worked out really nicely. So this is where I'll switch back to the micro. What I did was I just measured this wick from Sunday open pretty much as a fair value gap. So I go from the high to the low, and we can also look at the quarters, the eighths, whatever you want to look at. But I was just looking at consequent encroachment, whatever you want to call it, the halfway point. Okay, I just call it the halfway point, equilibrium. And we pretty much came and we tapped it like to the tick. It was really beautiful. So again, this is just a standard AMD setup, but we're using the wick as a fair value gap, not an actual fair value gap. You could also, like I've tried to use the 1 hour. Again, it worked out just fine. Here, again, same thing, right? We tapped into the halfway point and move forward, but the wick just kind of provided that extra little bit of reassurance, that extra bit of precision. And as you can see, it literally was like almost perfect. It just tapped right into it and then just went up from there, and that was the low of the day. So I didn't necessarily know that I was going to try to top tick this or bottom tick this or whatever. So I didn't obviously enter this early, but I did know that after we had this nice displacement up here on the 1 minute chart, excuse me, 1 second. Sorry. After we had some sort of this displacement on the 1 minute, I knew that this was probably going to be our low of the day. I had anticipated that we would not move any lower. So, sorry. I don't know what it is with my throat. But, anyways, going into the rest of the day, if this is going to be the low of the day, then our entry is pretty chill. We didn't really have to worry too much about our entry. I just picked a fair value gap that made sense, which was this one. After we had already respected these two fair value gaps, boom. I'm like, all right, perfect. We're pretty confident in the longs. Here, let me just kind of make it more precise. Like right around here. So I was pretty confident in the longs. I put my stop below here because, again, if we moved any lower, then we'd just be bearish the rest of the day, or that's what I would assume. And we set our take profit to the 930 highs. We're just playing the daily range here because it's Monday. We didn't expect too much movement for today. So we did not target any external draws, which would have been, if I zoom out here on the 1 hour, sorry. We have the 930 high from today, but we also could have tried to target Friday PM highs, Friday AM highs, etc., that type of stuff. So we could have tried to target these higher draws, which would have been pretty nice payday, but obviously we are reasonable. So we were just targeting the AM highs, and you probably could have gotten away with less, but that's besides the point. As you can see, actually it didn't quite hit take profit. It still would have been running today, but my prop firm does close trades out at 445. So on this candle here, you can see we closed out for about 620 ticks of profit. So if we go here, this is about what the trade was, which was a 1 to 3.8. So like I said, we were just bullish. We're just going to keep going long until it doesn't work anymore. After we had this move, I came back to the charts. I went to class, university student and all that. So I came back and I was like, all right, trade's running slightly in my direction. It's very choppy. I noticed that, but I still set my stop to break even. And then after that, I just let the trade run. I came back right before market started to close. Around here, 415, 414-ish, right around this candle. And I noticed we were already looking pretty good. And that's when I just let the trade run. And then we had one last final really nice push up to the upside. I was really hoping that we'd just take the profit there, hit the TP. But it didn't. It kind of went down a little bit, and then we closed somewhere around here for, like I said, 626 profit. And then, as you can see now, Asia session is now opened up for the next day, and we're still slowly inching towards it, but not quite there yet. So overall, really solid trade today. Going into tomorrow, I'm kind of thinking a pretty similar setup, right? We're probably going to see, again, higher prices. Oh, sorry. I could try to do the same thing again with the wick for this 4-hour candle here and try to see, like, okay, like maybe we can get something off of this. Going into Tuesday, again, a very similar setup where we just kind of, oops, that is not what I wanted. We just kind of move lower, and then we make our move higher for the rest of the week. I wouldn't mind seeing something like this for sure, but again, I don't try to make predictions that crazy. This is just kind of like some thought process hanging out, just throwing some ideas out there. But overall, really good so far. I am keeping it low risk because, again, I've never used copy trading before. I don't know how the slippage is. I don't know if it actually closes the trades properly. Now, for the first day, I'm very impressed. It has worked out really nicely. All the accounts were filled in exactly how it should be. Solid, solid, solid. Can't complain at all. But we are still, kind of getting used to it. So that's that. But going into tomorrow, again, we're also going to keep everything 1 micro. And for tomorrow, potential targets are still Friday high again. These are equal highs, or relative equal highs. Today's Monday's 9:30 open. And yeah, that's pretty much all we got left for the rest of the day. It should be pretty chill, pretty excited. Don't got too much on my mind about that. So I do have an exam tomorrow, so you guys will not see me for the PM session. I will be busy, but I'll try my best to keep uploading videos. Good start to the evals. Hopefully we can pass them fairly quickly. That'd be nice. But I'm not going to rush into it too crazy. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Hopefully you guys have an amazing start to your week. And we're going to keep going and we're going to keep trading. So I'll see you guys then. Peace out.